Do you think it's healthy to live in that pressure cooker of your body and mind pushed together? You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You, message number 22. I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher, and this call is dedicated to Tom Donnelly. It's hard to admit this after 76 years, but since this call is all about the things I've learned, I'll confess, and maybe it will help someone. For all these decades, I've done nothing but put pressure on myself to achieve something, anything. This is part of having to prove ourselves and compete with others, compete over anything that pops up. But is it really a competition or just a conditioned response? I did a race over this past New Year's. It's a different type of race than most of you are used to. It's called a fixed time race. You have X number of days or hours, and you can do as many or as few miles as you desire. Other races, such as marathons, are called point-to-point races, where you have to cover a set distance. Thus, it was up to me how many miles I wanted to try to do in 6 days of the race. You have 144 hours to run or walk and do whatever you want. For once, I decided to go into the race with absolutely no real goal. I had a mini goal of getting 120 miles so I could get my 1,000-mile jacket for that race. I could do that without much effort at all in 6 days. In the past, though, I would have set my goal as 200 miles. I would have gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep at night and been pretty miserable. This year it doesn't matter, I'm going to get 5 hours of sleep every night and we'll see what happens. It was a great experience, and you know what? I got 201 miles, reaching my sleep goal and socializing as much as I wanted. The only time I put pressure on myself was the last 5 or 6 hours when I decided that I really wanted to push for that 200 miles. It was in sight. But there was no pressure at all until 3 a.m. of the last day. It was pretty apparent that my body responded much better to the relative relaxation of no pressure. That's not surprising, though, since sleep deprivation and stress chemicals, their responses aren't always positive, especially when it comes to thinking. These chemicals and the sleep deprivation shut down the frontal lobe, which is the cognitive and executive functioning center. When that's shut down, how many great decisions do you think you make? Not very many, I'll bet. Can you think of times when you've experienced performance improved or degradation of any sort, when you've taken the pressure off yourself or put more on? Tell me what you've learned. Talk after the beep.